Hey y'all, my name is Khadijah. If you don't already know, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel and hit the bell down below so that you get notified every time that I upload a video, and follow me on Instagram. Okay, now let's get into the video. So, today's video is going to be a little bit different. Last year, my senior year of college, in the spring semester that I took all those incompleted courses, I actually completed a documentary. So I thought that I'll just make this little intro just to kind of introduce it a little bit. For my documentary class, I made a personal documentary about myself and my seizures because it was affecting school so much, and I just felt like, although my teachers were very understanding and very helpful and supportive, I kind of just wanted to showcase to them what it was like for me. And it's not like I just wasn't going to class, like I wanted to really show them what I dealt with on a day-to-day basis at the time. At that point in time, I was pretty sick, you guys. I was going through it, but I was in a completely different space a year ago from today. Most of this documentary was shot around this time last year. So I am plant-based now. I don't always, yes, I do get the stomach issues every now and then, but not like I was back then. Again, health-wise, mentally, everything about me is completely different from that time last year. So this is outdated a little bit, but I just kind of wanted to showcase what my life has been like. So that was the purpose of that video. My life has very much improved in a year. A lot can happen in a year. So just disclaimer, this is old stuff. I'm not dealing with my body and my illness the way that I was handling myself back then. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I worked really hard on it. It was during a time that I was really struggling in my health, so I am a perfectionist, so it's not exactly what I wanted it to be, but it's still, it's out there. It's still hopefully to help somebody. So yeah, I will see you guys next week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please leave a comment down below if you know somebody struggling with an invisible disability. If you are somebody struggling, if you have a family member, let's start a discussion down below. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Love you guys. Bye. Hi, my name is Khadijah. I'm 22 years old and I'm a senior at New Mexico State University. I'm set to graduate in December of 2017 with my bachelor's in digital filmmaking. However, getting there has definitely not been easy. It's almost been near impossible. See, I suffer from several autoimmune diseases, including seizures. I also suffer from amnesia and macular degeneration, which means I'm slowly going blind. I've been suffering with severe illnesses that stunt my thought process and mobility for the last 9 years, but never have I ever let it stop me from accomplishing my goals. This is a story of how I'm overcoming my invisible disabilities every day and how I plan to accomplish my goals in life.
She's always done really well in school, regardless of any problems or any issues. So we're very proud of her on that stage.
She was always very respectable of authority. She wanted everyone to like her. She has that personality where she just wants to be good at everything that she does.
Which one were you singing in the class? Sunshine? That's not how it is. Well, then sing Christina or Brittany.
In middle school, I was in honor society. I was vice president of student council. I was very much involved. I was in our media magnet. Every teacher knew me. Every staff member knew who I was. I was very outgoing. I was involved.
Great scramble fight for the ball, and Donoski ends up with it. Lay in, looking at the
My freshman year of high school, maybe the entire year, I think I was only in school maybe a month. That entire year I was homeschooled. had seizures daily, multiple times a day. Now, what people don't understand about seizures is that you don't just convulse and you get up and you're fine. It does not work that way.
The first time I realized that Khadijah had health issues was when someone told me she was allowed to go in the elevator at Oñate, and I was lazy and I was hating, and I was like, why I can't go in the elevator? And then somebody was like, nah, she has to be escorted to class because she has seizures.
I've always had accommodations at school. I've always, I've never been alone. I've had escorts. I've had plenty of help and plenty of support from my peers, from my friends. I've had a very large support system, and I'm very grateful for them all.
I think I really came to know Khadijah when I became department head, which was in the summer of 2015.
I am headed to Memorial Medical Center, the hospital, for a gastric empty procedure. I did have to fast. I did not medicate this morning, so I'm feeling really sick right now. But I got my trusty throw-up bowl. This is my throw-up bowl that goes everywhere with me.
She has been a student in my classes, and so as part of the the ADA program, she's self-identified, and we've worked together in order to allow her extra time or on assignments or whatever she needed because of the illnesses that she has.
Lost a lot of memory. Just kind of remember chunks here and there. The last thing I remember is almost getting hit by a car, which isn't even fully correct, apparently. I did stop breathing a couple of times during my seizure. I have multiple bruises everywhere. I'm drained. My whole body hurts. I'm exhausted. Obviously, my cognitive abilities are not all there. And on top of that, I was still sick this morning to my stomach. So, double trouble. I believe I have a paper due. What else? It's a lot. I have a paper. I have to watch a film and do a worksheet. I have to edit. I have to work on my website. I have so much that needs to get done, and I'm just not feeling it today.
I've seen her, even with the cognitive reserve she has and the limited reserve she has after a seizure, I've really seen her doing 2 to 3 times the work of, say, an ordinary college student, because with the loss of her memory and the amnesia that she's had to not only regain that knowledge, but use that knowledge at an accelerated rate.
I'm exhausted. I'm still recovering from my seizures. I still have a busted lip. I still have bruises on my arm. I'm still cognitively not there. What else? I'm exhausted. My body is still recovering a week later. I have to have positivity in front of me at all times. So like I said, I have post-it notes that I stick all over with positive things, positive affirmations. I have a vision board. I have goals list. I have schedules. I have an itinerary for every day.
One of the issues that Khadijah and I discuss frequently is her cognitive reserve. How much cognitive reserve she has, what builds it, what burns it. Does she know when she's using it? Does she know when she's building it? Cognitive reserve, I look at it as how much neuro power you have to get through certain life events.
Of course, when I think of Khadijah, it's hard not to think about Layla, her service dog, and I happen to be a huge fan of Layla as well.
Khadijah, on just meeting her, knowing her, even having conversations with her, right, that are just an ordinary conversation, a conversation maybe more in depth about her career, about her YouTubing. You just feel like you're dealing with just a very gifted young woman, and the struggles that she has are just not apparent physically or materially. So it's something that's very challenging for her, because she does have her service dog, and people often say to her, why do you have a service dog, right? There's nothing that really, it doesn't show that you really need a service dog. So that's a very big challenge that she faces, because she is so articulate, she's so intelligent, and she's very accomplished. So you don't really know that she's having the seizure recovery, the post-traumatic stress.
Everywhere we go, people make a lot of assumptions. They either think I'm her trainer, like she's not mine, I'm training her, or they think I'm blind. When they do find out that she is mine, they're like, what's wrong with you? Like, you're fine. Like, I don't get it.
Because Khadijah is very dynamic and outgoing, people gravitate towards her. And it's very difficult for her to make those connections socially at times. And then it's very difficult to explain why. So I think sometimes she comes across as maybe distant, maybe as reserved, but the truth of the matter is she just sometimes does not have the reserve to connect, and it's also very difficult to communicate to somebody what is going on with her.
I was sent home from the hospital only to be told to come back at 5 p.m. this evening, where I will probably be there all night. So I will probably have to miss school tomorrow, which is my busy day. Tuesdays are my busy days, my jam-packed days where I'm in school. Like, it's not a day I can afford to miss, but it looks like I don't have a choice.
She's in an industry too, Mom, where she has to make connections in order to get jobs, and if there's a producer out there that says, oh, well, Khadijah never shows up to set, or she leaves early, or she has to bring this dog with her everywhere.
I've had those moments where I was done. I just wanted to give up, drop out. I can't do it anymore. This is one of the biggest accomplishments for me. This is a huge milestone for me. I dropped out of college and I left Dallas, Texas, and I came back home to Las Cruces, New Mexico, took a semester off, went back, fall of 2014, changed my major after a semester. Here I am, 2017, graduating with most of my class.
She's very ambitious, so even with the loss of her memory, even with all the makeup work she's had to do, even when she has to ask for extensions, which she does not like to do, she perseveres. It's tenacity. So I've seen that perseverance increase exponentially. I've seen her resiliency increase exponentially. When I think of her, I think of resilience.
Gosh, I think Khadijah's an amazing student. She is so smart. She works so hard. She never lets anything stand in her way or uses anything going on in her life as an excuse for not accomplishing something. Yes, she may need some extra time. Yes, she may not be able to do it the same way that everybody else might accomplish whatever the task is, but she always gets it done, and it's always great. And I think she's an outstanding student.
She doesn't show what you'd think people would react to. She does a good job of
Hiding it?
no,
Or-
well, maybe
or
not
coping
hiding
with
it.
it.
She's coping with it, and got a really high positive attitude for it.
There is a light at the end of the tunnel, and I can do this because I've gotten through every single obstacle I've ever been through. And I'm not going to give up now. I have too much to lose now. Before, I felt like I had nothing to lose, and now I feel like I have everything to lose.
She is very strong-willed. Like, you cannot tell that girl she can't do something because she's so stubborn. She's going to do what she's determined to do. So if you tell her, if in her mind she just had like 50,000 seizures in a row, and she's like, oh, I'm going to climb a mountain, and you're like, girl, you just had some seizures or whatever, and she's like, no, I'm going to climb it. You can't tell, like, it's not going to sink, and she's going to do what she want to do. She might fall while she's up there. She might freaking, you know, she might pass out or something while she's up there, but she's gonna make her way up there. Like, that's the kind of girl she is, and I love that about her.
She's a different 21-year-old. She doesn't go out and do bars and drink and party and stay out all night, and, you know, kids her age are doing that.
There are certain challenges that she has on a set situation, right, where, you know, students are expected to be working together for 12 hours, and Khadijah can't do that. She has to take breaks, and she has to take medicine, and she has, and of course she has a service dog that is also part of that. But if Khadijah wanted to be on set, she could also do that. Like, I don't think that her again, the obstacles that she has in her life will limit her in terms of what she can achieve at all. And that is largely due to the kind of person Khadijah is, in that she lets nothing stop her. And, you know, she's so admirable to me in so many ways, and I know she is to her classmates. You know, she's a great example for all of us, that if she can figure out a way to do this, we can all figure out a way to do this.
So I had a couple of professors tell me, this isn't for you, because I was working, my degree was in science. It was for audio production. I was studying to be an engineer, which required me to use high and low frequencies to make beats and to make sounds and music, you know? Things I never thought of before that would affect me in a negative way. So when that was affecting my work, I had a couple of professors tell me, this isn't for you. And I was devastated. I was like, I have no idea what I'm going to do with my life.
When I saw her YouTube channel, it was just incredible. I could just see her dynamic personality just glittering all around on the camera, and I was just simply shocked to find out that she was doing these in her bedroom because they looked so professional.
In the back of my mind, I always knew YouTube was what I wanted to pursue. Always. I was always in the works. It just, I didn't know it was going to be a full-time job for me. I didn't know it was going to be my career. And I think it fits for me because I work for myself. If I'm sick for weeks at a time, I don't have to worry about losing my jobs anymore. I'm flourishing. I'm growing day by day on my channel. I have so many ideas, so many things that I want to put forth into my business.
Goes back to that old saying, is don't judge a book by its cover.
You just have to be empathetic to everyone's journey. Everyone's on a different journey and going through something, whether it be a disability or just a stressful life. Everyone deals with things differently.
It doesn't matter what you're dealing with. It doesn't matter what you're battling. If you put your mind to whatever it is that you want to do, you can do it. Don't let anybody ever tell you that you can't. And don't compare yourselves to others and where they're at in their journey, because your journey is different from others. You're special.
How I perceive Khadijah is gifted, brilliant, talented, ambitious. That is what I would use to describe her. Creative.
I think you are a beautiful person with a smart, intelligent, positive, loving granddaughter.
I think you're a beautiful person, and I think you're very intelligent. That was the first thing I thought about you when I met you.
You're probably the strongest person I've ever known. you never stop amazing me with what you have to deal with.
Let it now.
Yeah.
And how you keep going. And I love you.